Welcome back. I'm Chris Moore with HVAC Pro Blog, and this week I'm going to talk about 5 ways to know you're ready to grow your HVAC business. Without further ado, here's the training. Typically, most people know when it's time to start a business. And typically for the entrepreneur, the answer is a year or two later than they should have went out on their own, right? But when to begin hiring and for which positions tend to be the toughest. Once a business owner gets a taste for growth by hiring for some of the roles that he or she has been filling themselves, they could quickly extend their business beyond their capabilities and put everything they've built at risk. I've seen too many young HVAC contractors attempt to grow their business in response to only customer demand, sometimes not saying no to areas or services they typically wouldn't take on in fear of losing business. Here's 5 recommendations that should provide some assurance that you're ready to once again grow your business. First one, you have a product or service with a good market. When your industry is growing, particularly at a rapid rate like 2021 after COVID, growth can be an exciting option. Obviously, you would not want to pour resources into a risk like growing your team or services during a downturn. If residential HVAC services continue to grow like the last 8 to 10 years, not only will we experience a spike in new business, but low interest loans will continue to drive consolidation of companies, with some owners eyeing retirement. When you have a good market and offer exceptional service, word travels quickly. This was always a personal heartache of mine, turning away potential customers. As a service manager, I sincerely wanted our team to fix everyone's system, helping every person in every community we could drive to. This is not a realistic option if you want to be responsibly growing your business, and speaks to the next requirement. Number 2, you have a plan. Not just a back of the napkin plan either. A real, genuine business plan that you wouldn't be embarrassed to share with your team. I'm not going to be teaching you how to write a business plan, but here are some definite elements that should be included. Market analysis, competitive analysis, a breakdown of products and services you offer, a marketing plan, and your sales strategy. This may not be tough to initially write, but should be a process that you will manage your growth to. For example, if you state in your business plan that you will market to a particular number of counties and a call comes in for a location outside your area, your team needs to be prepared to say no thank you and offer a recommended partner maybe. In fact, including them when defining the products and services could go a long way in being sure everyone is on the same page too. If one of your technicians has some experience with a particular commercial unit, if your company does not list this as a service in their business plan, just say no. Number 3, you have a positive cash flow. Positive cash flow can sound pretty elementary here, but basically leveraging your business to bet on growth is an extremely poor choice and a high risk you will lose sleep over. This can be defined many ways, but the easiest way that I think everyone can understand is that you have no outstanding invoices with your distributors and have not experienced at any time a cash flow crunch. Typically, at this point, employees could see the company as having too much business, having to turn away work even though it fits the business plan's products and services, marketing plan, sales strategy. The tempting point for some owners to dial back their marketing efforts in lieu of growing their business. Except you shouldn't. For the most part, this is when demand for your services exceeds your ability to supply over an extended period of time, not just one season. Number 4, you have assembled a premier team. All business owners I have met will publicly defend every hiring decision they have ever made, particularly if the employee is still with them. But as soon as they walk out the door, out comes the dirty laundry. Hiring the right person can take weeks, sometimes months, and then the cost of training them adds to the burden of time and liability. Hiring the wrong person, like a rash decision to throw a person at a problem that the company's having, think of like a service tech or a salesperson or a marketing person, is not the way to assemble a premier team. By additionally growing the team around a foundation that is not yet rock solid, you're guaranteed a most epic collapse. Once you have the team of trusted advisors working with you toward the same goals defined in your business plan, and meet all of the other recommendations mentioned, then should you consider adding additional team members with expectation of growth. This can be a troubling thought, hiring and growing a huge company, yet not making any additional profit, or even decreasing profit sometimes. I cannot say enough about hiring the right people for the right positions. Now we get to number 5. Complacency is spreading. This is one of the most frustrating responses I hear from HVAC companies across New England. When I hear about all of their great employees, all the work they've done in the last year, etc., to tell me, nah, I'm not interested in growing my business. I'm happy with this amount a year. You serious? I'm usually there as a sort of consultant, and I'm able to share what other companies in their position have done to break through the next barrier. And their complacent response is just so deflating for everyone, even including them. But when the team has reached complacency, that is exactly the right time for growth. If not, your employees will not necessarily be excited about their opportunity at their job. Maybe consider looking to see why the grass looks greener elsewhere. Yeah, it's true that you need to work to have a growth mindset. But when you are complacent or scared of growth, you know you need to adjust your thinking. Thanks for joining me this week at HVAC Pro Blog, where we provide advice for residential system design, quality installation, and system diagnosis. I'll see you soon.